What's up, everybody? It's ET. Saturday night, 10:30, and we're gonna continue on. We're gonna try to get this physics engine working. Um, I did a preliminary trial of the physics engine when I was sick, so you see, like season 3, between episodes 21 and 22, I was kind of sick. So that's when I tried to do the physics engine in there. Alright, so let's talk about some of my notes right quick. Physics. Alright, so we still have to make a static physics object, just like Unity has. And so on fixed update, it's going to update all the rigid bodies. And for now, I think on the rigid body constructor, I'm going to just make a new physics project.rigidbody and, keep it in a private variable. And then when this gets run on fix update, it's going to run the integrate function in my physics engine, which is basically the update function in that engine. Okay, so let's give this a shot. So I'm going to open up the project. Go to my dashboard. And here we go. Go to solutions. Alright, so in our Unity engine, we still need a static physics class. So let's go ahead and add that. So here we go. Physics. It's going to be a public class, public static class physics. Only have static functions and everything. And what I'm going to do here is I am going to get the script reference here. Script reference. Alright, fine. And let's go ahead and just do Unity engine classes. And there should be a physics class. Physics. Alright, maybe not. Maybe it's under... who knows where it's under. I'm just going to go ahead and search for it. Physics. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. Alright, so I'm just gonna click on all these. Blah 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 blah. Alright, so here we go. Public static ink all layers. Yep. Public static float. Sounds good. Public static float. Something else. Public static int. Very nice. This is all very good. Even this should be fine. Might have to include geometry though. Okay. Public static int ignore. And public static bool. Alright, cool. So we got up to query hit triggers. We can go ahead and grab these. It's all pretty easy so far. Oof, this is a long one. I wonder if I just triple click it. Yeah, there we go. Alright, so that's the only one. That's the only one there. Cool. Oh my gosh. Alright. Hopefully it's just the same thing a couple of times. Alright, so we got all the way to checkbox. Alright, so far so good. We got all the way to line cast. Phew, there are so many functions. Oof, there's a lot of raycast options. So I'm just gonna do them all. See what happens. Okay. There'll be a few of these too. So you can see what I'm doing though. I'm basically copying and pasting the functions from here, and I'll implement them later. Man, there's a lot of sphere cast too. Okay. Okay. Oh, and that's it. Awesome. Phew. So this is what we'll be working on today. The physics static class. It's a pretty big one, but we need to get it done so that we can run our dedicated server. Alright, can I do this? Can't do it, right? So you can't be constant. You can totally be static, read only. But you know what I don't know? What is the identity quaternion? Let me think about it. Or let me just look. Identity quaternion. What is the values of it? Real, XYZ. Uh, 0001. I'm guessing the real is 1. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna guess. All right. Excuse me. Here we go. R is gonna equal to 1, and that's it. That's all I'm gonna say. Everything else is gonna equal to 0. I can go ahead and actually do it. J equals 0. K equals 0. Alright, cool. So that is the identity quaternion. And so hopefully physics can now use it, but it can't because it must be a compile time constant. And it is not, so I don't know what to do. Must be a compile time constant C#. angry face. Bam, boy. Bah, 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 bah. What's up, dude? How's it going, man? All right. I don't know. I don't know how to get these things to work. There must be an easy way. I just don't know how to do it. Okay, so now that we know our substitute at compile time, this leads to a potential little pitfall. The default parameter used depends on the reference you are calling from and not the actual object. Okay. Thanks, dude. Totally wrote it in like a couple minutes. Previous episode, like the first 1 minute, I explain it, but it's just a couple lines of C#. Alright, since I'm not gonna have luck with this, although I really want to have luck with this, I don't know, man. I want this to work. I need to round, lol. I don't need 8 decimal places. Yeah, I was so lazy. I just did 2 string. I didn't even worry about rounding or anything. But whatever. It's alright. It'll be fine as is, I think. Sorry, I was trying to think of a good way to do all this. First things first, let's go ahead and make these things kind of, make them functions, right? I should just copy this. Everything's becoming a function somehow. How's this happening? We are deleting the semicolon and putting in brackets. I am good at repetitive motion. Look at me go. Repetitive motion. Ba 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 ba. And that's it. Alright, cool. Bam boy. Dude, do you have any idea how to make a default value for a class? Like, not a string, not an int, not anything like that. Like, I want a class to have a default value. Is there a way to do that? Yeah, no clue either, man. The other alternative is just to write this function twice. Or a few times. And do it within the function. But this was kind of nice, and I wish I could have done it like this. Okay, Steelers won against Steelers versus Bengals in the playoffs, if anyone's curious. Okay. So for now, let's just return false or throw new exception or not implemented exception. Ain't there yet. Alright, so that ain't there yet. That ain't there yet. Oops, it's not periods. Ew, sports. Come on, sports are cool. Sports are just another game, dude. What are you talking about? Why ew sports? Sports is just game with athleticism put in together. Sports are gross and dangerous. Okay, I understand the dangerous one. That's a valid point. Why are they gross? Because nature and fresh air. Yeah. Now that you explain it like that, Bamboy, yeah, I can't argue, man. You nailed it on the head there. That's gross, dude. Horrible. What was I thinking? Okay. Here are some problems. I'm gonna put the ain't there yet for all the for everything almost, I guess. These are void, so maybe they'll be okay. I'll just throw it in there. Jeez, there's so much. So many functions. Alright, let's see if I can cut this off around here. Yep. Trying to make this a little more legible. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't really do anything crazy. Was there any kind of setup I needed to do? To get the emojis to work? Yeah, but dude, even in my Twitch, I don't see the emoji. Like, if I look at my dashboard, like the emoji is not there for some reason. I have no idea why. Alright, so all the functions are there. Yeah, I'll get to it in a bit, dude. Custom default parameter C sharp class default parameter. Or optional. Optional parameter of class. I don't know what to call it. Yeah, optional parameter with classes. Help me out. Alright, the definition of method constructor index can specify that its parameters are required on the optional. Any call must provide arguments for all required parameters, but can omit arguments for optional parameters. Alright, each optional parameter has a default value as part of its definition. If no argument is set for that parameter, the default value is used. Default value must be one of the following: a constant type, an expression of the form new, where val type is a value type such as enum or struct, okay, or an expression. So, okay, one last question. Now that I know that, how to set sorry, just thinking. Alright, default value of class, C sharp. The default value for a class is null. Okay. I've been liking the music so far, Band Boy, so that's good, man. Alright, so this is what I'm gonna do. That's what I'm worried about. I think I'm gonna make public static identity make a new every time you do this get just return a new quaternion. Where did I screw up? Oh, you don't say equals. That was my bad. There we go. I was making something bracketish. Bracketish. And this needs a colon. There we go. So every time you call identity, it makes a new quaternion for you. And so this is what I'm going to say. If orientation equals orientation equals null, then you can just say quaternion dash identity or orientation. And so basically that just does this. So cool. That's done. And I'm gonna have to copy that for each one of these. Oh man, there is an orientation there. What am I doing? Alright, anywhere else with orientation? Here we go. Orientation! I'm looking for you! Where are you? Alright. What is default raycast layers? That's the other thing I want to figure out. Default raycast layers. What are you? Layer mask constant to select default raycast layers. This can be used in layer mask field of physics.raycast and other methods to select default raycast layers. The default layers are all layers except for the ignore raycast layer. I have no idea. So I'm going to just say like 1. Oh, you shouldn't be marked static, no problem. How's that? Everyone happy there? Oh yeah, that fixed a lot. Layer mask. Oh, here's some more of that identity stuff. Identity. There we go. Let's get rid of this identity. And you can go to the next line. Okay, any other identities? No, okay. Now finally it's all layers. What is all layers? Here we go. Unity scripts, all layers. Layer mask constant to select all layers. This can be used in layer mask. Who knows? I don't even know. It's just another constant. Okay, I think I got it. Cool. No errors now. Woohoo! Alright, so if I look back at my notes, static global class, on fixed update, all rigid bodies. Alright, so this is how we're going to roll. Another function in here, which I think I'll just make internal, is going to be fixed. It's going to be void fixed update. And yeah, that sounds good. No worries, man boy. Play it on, dude. Okay, so rigid body. What I also want rigid body to have is an internal list of rigid bodies. Okay, so this list of rigid bodies, every time we make a new rigid body, we're going to say rigid bodies that add this. No problem. But we also need a destroy function. So I don't know if I have that. Alright. Oh, rigid body. Oh, this is not the rigid bodies I want to mess with. Sorry, not the rigid body I was thinking of. Not the droids I was looking for. I want to mess with the, not this one, but this one. Internal list of rigid bodies equals new list. Okay, you don't know what that is yet. Don't forget to include system collections generic. Okay, and then on the constructor, rigid bodies, I add this. Okay, and then we're overriding. We should have a destroy. Yes, base.destroy, but before we do base.destroy, if you don't mind, rigid bodies.remove this. Nice. Okay, so we got that. Did I forget to make it static, internal static rigid bodies dot rigid bodies. What if the user overrides destroy but doesn't call base.destroy? So luckily, a rigid body, you don't really extend rigid body. And why are you warning? Oh man, I gotta go for a second. I'm so sorry. I'll be back in like 5 minutes. Bye. Hey, sorry. Jeez. Alright, I'm back. Alright, so what am I doing here? Okay, so here on the rigid bodies, we're just gonna say, hey, for each rigid body. Was that 15 minutes? No way. I mean, I buy it, but jeez. My bad. My bad. Alright. Rigid body in rigid body dot rigid bodies. Now get carrots. I don't know what that means. But I can imagine I'd get carrots for not following the rules. Okay. So on this rigid body, the other thing I want to do is have a very good physics rigid body equals new physics dot rigid body rigid bodies. Oh yeah. Rigid bodies, or was it capital? Rigid bodies dot Are you enjoying your carrots? Oh, is this what you're talking about? Yeah, I guess I am. Alright, you need a reference to the physics library. You will be using it. Let's see, rigid bodies. So here's the problem. Physics is already being used. So what I want to do is this physics project, let's call it physics engine. Alright, so with that being done, we're gonna have to rename that part. So this part is now gonna be physics engine. Okay. And now with that part being renamed, we can go to properties of this project and we can name it physics engine. There we go. Okay, and so now finally we can say physics engine dot rigid bodies dot rigid body Should I just say using physics engine? Oh, has a capital B, so that is different than rigid body with the lowercase b. But at the same time, yeah, that's okay. Because one day I may just integrate both of them. Okay, okay, I'm cool. I'm cool with this. Let's go. So we're gonna make a new physics rigid body. And in fact, why don't we do it like this? Alright, there's no destroy. There really should be a destroy. Alright, anyway, I'm not too worried. Alright. And then finally, public, or maybe internal. Internal void update, fixed update. Physics.rigidbody.integrate. And this we could say time.fixed delta time. Bam. Okay. So we're creating in our Unity engine rigid body. We're adding it to a list, and we're also adding a physics version of the rigid body. So this is from the physics engine, and then we can integrate it. Okay, cool, cool, cool. Phew, that's a lot of physics code in this. I'm not going to worry about it too much yet. Okay, so for each one of these, we're going to do rigid body.fixed update, right? No problem. Oh, yep, should be static. Alright, cool. So I have the static function that runs, and it's going to go through all the rigid body and rigid bodies and run fix update. Okay, so does that mean in our object class, our main object class, wherever that may live, yep, in here for sure, should be an object. There we go. When we update all objects ever, we're also going to run physics dot fixed update. Okay. So I don't know what this is going to do. I feel like we should do stuff with this. Alright. I think I'm going to make some prints console write lines. On fixed update, console dot write line and what am I going to write? Physics rigid body dot position, get position. Alright, how's that look? More cuts. Alright, so it's building, it's doing its thing. So why does... I'm not going to ask those questions. I was going to ask, why does... I hit play. I'm trying to figure out, why does it seem... Oops. Keep playing. Continue. This fix update runs very fast. My component x.update is not running very fast. Huh. Yeah, I don't know why that is. That's kind of crazy. I won't ask. Hey, awesome gamer. Welcome to the stream. Making a dedicated server in C#. So right now we're working on getting the physics working in our dedicated server. Okay, so where is my update function on my rigid body? So this is my physics rigid body, so I'm not too worried about that. Actually, I'm going to close everything out. Close all documents. And then I'm going to open my rigid body from my Unity engine. Okay, here we go. This is what I'm going to do. Position. Do I have a position? Physics body dot set position. And I'm going to set it to my position. Transform that position. Okay. And then physics.rigidbody dot and then we're going to say transform dot position equals awesome gamer. What do you mean? Does it support it already? You mean the dedicated server? No, it doesn't support the dedicated server. Oh yeah, Bamboy's got it. All right, not console only servers. Yes. So my server is going to run on Linux box and stuff like that. Transform that position is going to then equal to physics rigid body dot get position, right? Which would give me a vector 3. Oh, okay. That's a problem. Definitely need to fix that. Let's see if that works any. Oh, what happened here? It's not telling me. Darn you. Exception has been thrown. Yes, this is a very informative piece of error. Exception occurred. but was not handled in user code. Exception has been thrown by the target of an invocation. Okay. Darn it. So how do I fix it? Someone tell me how to fix it. You're not going to tell me where the error actually is. Oh, maybe it has a stack error. Is there a stack? View detail? System reflection? Stack trace? Anything. Anything you can tell me would help. No, come on. Oh, here we go. Unity rigid body fixed update. Okay, that's helpful. Line 51. Yeah, like, couldn't you tell me that elsewhere? Not so deep in there. Rigid body line 51. Okay. What do you do? All you say is this at position equals position. Okay, that shouldn't be too bad. Oh, transform. Is transform not set? Let's see. I'm going to close this out. Console.writeLine transform 0. And I'm going to say transform.toString. Alright, maybe instead of transform.toString, let's just say transform. So I think maybe transform is null. And that shouldn't be the case, but it totally could be the case. Okay, I think I know what's happening. Alright, what's happening is we're adding the game object, the component to the game object. So let's see. Game object add component. I'm so confused. Alright, let's just stop. Let's run a debug here. I don't know why I'm doing console write line. I could just debug. Alright. Transform is null. How is it null? I don't understand how that's null. Okay. Well, that's a problem already. Alright, if transform does not equal null. Or the other way. If it equals null, just get out of here. Yeah, but don't we add a component? Are we not adding components? Yeah, we are. I'm gonna stop this again. Play. Oh no, we're using this. Okay. Let's add we should totally yeah. So transform totally needs to be there. And yeah, dude, the visual stuff, it's just I can't get there yet, dude. There's so much back end code I need to do first. Um, it'll be there. It'll be there soon. Alright, so this is what I'm going to do. First, I'm going to iterate through every component. Instead of just adding it to the list, what I'm going to do is just find transform. If transform, if a component is transform, right away, band boy, because that's what it seems like it's going to be happening. Alright, so this is how I'm going to roll it with it. I'm going to say, hey, first add the transform from your components. If transform is null, then we're just going to have to add component new transform, right? That's not going to exactly work. So we're going to have to do what I just had up already. So like transform t, or let's say transform equals new transform, add component transform, and before I even do that, transform's going to have to equal this dot transform. This dot transform is going to equal transform. There we go. Then add component transform. And so when I do that, it will do that. Yeah. And next, finally, is we'll do the rest that isn't transform. So if it's not transformed, then you add the rest of the components. Okay. So now everything should be working. So there's some errors with my game object initiator. Alright, so if I look at this, Transform. Now equals something. Awesome. Good. So hit F10. Physics rigid body. If I look at physics rigid body, what happens? Physics rigid body. Position. Yeah, I don't know. Alright, I'm just hit play. Minus all this debugging. Okay, I think we're going to have to simplify the scene a little bit. And what I mean by that is I think we're going to have to delete this ground, or at least unenable it or something. I may just delete it for now. We'll come back to it. What if I just delete everything? Okay. Still works. Just a lot less cool scene. So transform. So now we should only have one object. Disagree though. I don't think it should be like that. Okay. Position should be not that. Because if I look at the game object, right? Game object. Game object. What are you doing? Stop it. Stop it. And I look at its transform. Oh my gosh. And look at its value, local position. Oh, it's now 0, 0, 0. Alright, so let's say I don't do any of this. Control KC. Disagree. The position of the sphere should be at 4. So if I go to my solution, to my game, go here after reader, game objects, sphere, transform, position. Oh, it's not even set there anymore. Huh. I wonder why it's not set anymore. Let's go to our reader, scene reader. When we do our transform, local position is XYZ, local position XYZ. It has two transforms. I bet one of them is the right one and one of them is probably the wrong one. The first one's good. This one's no good. We got the 2, 6. What's the Well, I gotta figure out why it has. So yeah, it's getting that second transform. Huh. All right. So that's wrong. Oh, duh. Transform equals component as transform. Or you don't have to do as transform. You hard cast it. Transform like that. Okay. Control F5. Yeah. That's still not exactly right, but hopefully a little more right. So now hopefully you only have 4 components. And that first transform is, yep. Hit play from here. Huh. Okay, so you're getting the physics route. Okay, no problem. That's fine. Okay, well the good news is we can actually see the physics body is now the same position as the rigid body, so that's cool. Now let's see what's happening here. In delta time, first we're going to see if it's awake. Is awake, might be false. So what I might do is, by default, I'll keep it true. What happens then? Okay, well at least there's some errors, and that's better than nothing. Alright, so let's see what's going on here. So that this should have a position of something awesome. Yep. Cool. So that's fine. Alright, so last frame acceleration 0, duration is that. Yep, that all makes sense. Sure. Okay. The error was on this rigid body. No, this rigid body. When we try to do this. Linear damping, up duration. So linear damping is probably 0 right now. Velocity. I wonder what the problem is here. I'll look at it again. So we'll stop right here. So you're 0, you're that. Hit F10. Alright, I don't think the problem is there. Maybe it's closer to here. Nope. I think it's before there. Inner exception, yeah. Okay, so it's in the operator. Stack trace, yep, that would be helpful. 52, 62. Here we go. It's an integrate line 54. That's what I'm looking for. Man, they don't make that easy, huh? Line 54. Okay. So you're saying my orientation is nothing. Is that what you're telling me? So I need to set an orientation? Let's do it. Set position, set orientation. Okay, so let's do that. Under rigid body, on fixed update, not just set position. Oops. Stop. I want to set orientation too. Set orientation, transform dot rotation. Alright, local rotation. Get orientation. Excuse me. I'm boring myself, so I must totally be boring everyone out there. This time, I'll just read the error that's inside of that. The inner exception, yeah. Let's do the stack trace. It's in rigid body 54. Rigid body fixed update 56, that's fine. 54, I'm looking at 54, 62, 52. 54, alright. 54. 54. 54. Oh, rotation might be blank too. What's rotation supposed to be? Oh yeah. Why don't I give you some default values? I think that would be most wonderful. Equals 0, equals, who knows, the identity matrix, equals 0, equals 0, so that stuff's easy. Equals vector3 dot 0, equals quaternion dot identity, equals vector3 dot 0, equals vector3 dot 0, equals 0, equals true, equals new matrix 3x4 dot identity, equal vector3 dot 0, equal vector3 dot 0, equal vector3 dot 0. Alright, so maybe that will help. It might not. I still think it's gonna boil down to 54, 62, 52. Alright, no problem. It's all in quaternion at this point, so I'm going to stop this. go back here. 62 is here. So we have a quaternion and a vector. So result, I'm making something here, so this is definitely a new result. Times equals Q. Okay. I am going to put a breakpoint here. Okay, so that totally failed. I must put a breakpoint here. Stop it here. Place this. But I thought I might be already, when I make rigid body, set orientation, oh, yeah, when I say rigid body, set orientation, this dot orientation equals orientation. Oh, orientation is null, huh. Go back here. What? How's that even possible? How's local rotation? Oh, rotation is null. Alright, stop it. Let's, local rotation. There we go. Just for now. Let's just deal with local stuff for now. We'll get to the other stuff later. Alright, so this should work. That's probably fine now. Orientation, yes, is something, and that is something. Cool. That's something. Cool. And I think I'm going to stop it here. Because I think I like what I had before. Times equals Q. Alright. Alright, so the good news is it's now working. The bad news is nothing's happening. But to be fair, I don't even think there's any gravity or anything. So let's figure that out. Excuse me. Alright. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to game object, no, rigid body. Yep. Before we integrate, I'm just going to do one more thing. There's dot add force. Gravity. How's that work? I want to step through this code. Alright, integrate. Come on, jump in. Get off this breakpoint. Acceleration. Alright, I don't like what's happening here. Start. Up. start. Take that off. F10, 10. I don't even think we used the oh yeah, we did. There's the accumulators. But it's 0 for some reason. Alright, let me go back to looking what I need to look for. Alright, force accumulator. So when I hit add force, right? Wherever that may be, add force, force accumulator, and is awake equals true. Okay, so I don't even need to do any of that stuff. But anyway, add force. That looks fine. So rigid body, physics, gravity, force. Force should be, yes, perfect. Alright, totally gonna try it again. Get off of here, F10, F11. Alright, before I do anything, force accumulator is 0, huh? That feels wrong. Stop it there. Let's play it again. Oh, no, that's not going to do anything. Let's go to rigid body, this one. Let's go here, play, stop capturing there. F11, F10, force accumulator. Huh. This is not working. But force accumulator plus equals force. Nothing complicated about that. I'm gonna stop it here. Alright, play that again. F11. Oh yeah, there it goes. Force accumulator. Nice. Physics rigid body. Force accumulators. Force accumulator. I don't care what you are. I just want to see force accumulator. Force accumulator. Yep. Oh wait. Why are you not awake anymore? Huh. What happened there? Oh, I know add force has different force modes, but it's not... Don't worry about that yet. Right now it's on normal force mode, or default force mode, or just force mode. It's not on like velocity change or anything else. Why did he go to sleep? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Is awake equals true, okay. It's like, that just changed that for some reason. What? Confused. Oh, the other thing is the mass. We haven't set the mass yet. Physics.rigidbody.set mass equals mass. That's important too. Sure. Oops. What is that value? We'll say like negative 9.81 times 0.3333. 9.81 times 0.03333. Yeah, that should still be significant. I'm gonna stop it. Let's see. Here. It makes sense. Last frame is at velocity. Yeah, there's a velocity. And when I do this, I think it all goes wrong because I'm timing it by 0. Okay, okay. I think the problem is linear dampening. I think this is wrong. I think this would be 1 minus this. Okay. I think I'm having a good feeling about this part now. Woohoo! My ball is falling. Look at that. Bam! Although it's taking a long time to fall. Bam! It fell. So, okay. That is wonderful. I have a falling ball. Using physics. Using acceleration and velocity and all of that fun stuff. Phew! Excuse me. I guess I could. I guess I can make it done in Unity. Is it getting faster? I didn't even see. Pause it. Let me just look at the numbers. So like 3.96 to 3.95, 65, 64, 34. Oh yeah, is it? Like it's only going down like 100, and then it went down like another 100, another 100, another 100. Then it started going down. I don't know. Where do I update acceleration? Like, got last frame acceleration, but it's always going to be at 0. Okay, I'll get it to move in Unity, but I feel like my physics code is wrong. Because if this is always 0 and never gets updated, this won't really do anything. Okay, anyway, yes, make it move in Unity. I can do it, I can do it. So... yeah, it definitely will help if I have a visualizer. You're right, you're right. So okay, this is what I plan to do here. Since this is a dedicated server, I am going to get this server started so it updates the world, and then get Unity to connect to it, just so I can see what's happening. Alright, good call, good call. And then I'll call it a day after that. Excuse me. So we gotta go to example game main. Gotta start opening the stuff again. So I totally forgot what this did. Alright, so main makes a new thread. Alright. That looks good. That looks fine. Alright, so main just makes a server. Cool. Alright, and then game main does what? Create a game loop. Okay. The server needs to update the world. How am I updating the world? Or how am I sending the update packet? I did that at some point and I just forgot what I did. Might have been in player script. Oof, this one's a big undertaking right now too, but it needs to be done because you're right, Bamboy. A visualization would totally help. And I don't think I got the whole server client thing working yet. So yeah, this is going to be another project, which is important though because I'm going to do a little bit of networking, then I'm going to do a little physics. A little networking and a little physics. So yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so right now I have all the server stuff happening in like a script. I could just leave it like that and kind of do it here. I don't even know if I need all this. This is how I'm gonna roll. You got just cause 3. What's that mean? I don't know. Just cause 3. How am I gonna do this? What's the best place to make the server send updates? Is it in the game server? I don't know. The video game, it's fun. It's basically blowing up shit. It's the blowing shit up simulator with flying. Basically being a badass. Nice. Just Cause 3. Okay. I might have to check that out after I'm done with the stream. I'm sorry, I'm trying to figure out where I want to do all of this. I'm thinking of just making a new game object and throwing all this in there. So like kind of doing this. Game object server equals new game object server controller. And if I'm gonna do that here, I might as well do it here in Unity. And just make a new game object. Try to keep it out. Server controller. Reset all of that. And it's just gonna have a new server controller. Whew, man, this stuff's kind of blowing my mind, but we're getting it. Yeah, I like this song too, man. It's pretty cool. Alright, this is what I'm going to do. Taking all of that, and I'm going to go over to this other scene, and on start, this is how I'm rolling it. And so server is going to be, yep, definitely using game whatever, and I'm going to generate a field. So this isn't a mono behavior script, so this is all good. And I can delete these. And I can make all of these functions, and I could just copy them from here. Did I copy it from the wrong area? I did. How did I even get here? Yeah, this is the one I wanted. Oh yeah, this is the one I wanted. Whew, that's a big one. Alright, let's Alt Tab. Server controller. Close all but this. And let's go ahead and paste these suckers. Okay. So instead of console.write line, we can do a debug.log. Remote client data, we should totally get that from there. Debug.log, debug.log. I'm all happy with debug.log. We don't have to do console.write line. You should have code that will read a Unity project and convert all the mono behaviors over to the server files, so you don't have to write the code twice. Way ahead of you, dude. I'm already there, man. That's kind of what I'm doing right now. So I'm making this a mono behavior. So this is going to be my server in Unity and the server on my dedicated server. But I am missing something. Oh, okay. So I'm gonna have to say string.format. Oh well, that's okay. It's not too bad what I'm doing right here. Alright, the only thing that won't really work is this background thread. So I guess I just kill it. Yeah, I might just kill this from here. Yeah, alright. That's the only thing I'm not too crazy about, is getting rid of that background thread. Okay, so my mono behavior is on start. I'm going to do all of this and start listening. So if I'm lucky, if I hit play, well, before I hit play, void, let's go ahead, on enable, on disable, server dot there's one thing I want to do, and that's actually close it all out. Okay. If you don't mind, can we also have a public override shutdown? And all this is going to do is just say server socket dot close. I forgot. Man, I already forgot. What was the difference between server dot close and server dot shutdown? Shutdown closes socket connection and releases all associated resources. That's close. Shutdown disable sends and receives on socket. So I'm going to go this first and then close. And you're not going to override, you're just void. Alright, and that is how that's going to work. Wow, has it been 2 hours? Crazy. Alright, so when I on enable, it starts up a server. On disable, it shuts down the server. Okay. Let's see if that actually works in Unity. Yep, so it's awaiting connections. It's doing its thing. Alright, cool. A request to send was disallowed because the socket is not connected. Okay, whatever. I'm happy. This is Sparta! This is making a dedicated server for Unity. For a Unity game. Don't know what the game is yet, but I'm making the network engine. Okay. Sorry, just thinking. So if I run my dedicated server, it should actually host a server, right? So if I go to, where's my example game main? Alright, so I'm going to not do this command anymore. And basically, all we're doing is this stuff. And this should still host a game, I assume. Oh, it won't, it won't, it won't. You can stop building right now. I forgot to do something very important. Or a few things very important. No. Yeah. I'm going to delete this player script. I don't think I need it anymore. Oh, I do need it. But it's old. It's oldish. Okay, so one of the more important things I forgot to do is include the script in here. So the server controller, which I'm going to throw in code for right now, and I'm going to say show and explore, and then I'm going to pop up this Unity network engine, and I'm going to take this code, and I'm going to say the server control, drop it in here. Okay, so we got server control. F6, build this. Does it work? It builds. Okay. I'm gonna hit play. Should be a lot of line debugs, which I don't like to do right now. Okay. I need help. Figure out what in the world I gotta do here. Why? Well, first let me get rid of this crazy amount of console write lines. That will definitely help out. So to do that, we're going to go to our rigid body where we're doing all that console write line, which might be this one. Wait, where are we at? This is the physics rigid body. I think it's this one that I'm writing everything on. Yeah. Alright, here we go. So let's just not do that for right now. Or we kind of know it's working, so let's not do that. So, okay. So I have a problem here. I'm going to open this, hit play. Reader, game objects. There's only one game object, huh? Maybe I didn't save the scene, and that is all the difference right there. Ah, I didn't save my Unity scene. Let's go, Unity. Where you at? Oh, come on, Unity scene. I see you. You're right here. What's your problem? It's all frozen and not responding. I'm gonna close this. Oh, come on, what is happening? Alright, I'm gonna close it. It's all frozen. And I can't get it to move. So Unity gone. Alright, let's get it back up. Open that up. You can see that my server controller is gone. So let's go ahead and add it back up. Server controller. And let's get that script back on it. Server controller. Alright, save the scene. Now my dedicated server should work too. So I'm going to debug it right quick by checking the reader. Oh, I'm running into the issue already. What happened here? I already know. I already know what happened. Forgot to copy over the meta file. Need to copy over both things. And I think I actually have to copy it for right now. Okay. I'm gonna hit play. Okay, cool. So if I look at my reader, now I have two game objects. Awesome. I have my server controller and my sphere. If I look at my server controller, it has the server controller component and a transform component. Cool. So if I actually look at the console, if I didn't miss it already, you can see it's awaiting new connections at the top. So that's great. Great. So I'm going to close this out. Have a question about the Unity file. If I look at each component, does it have like enabled and disabled? Like, alright, game object, component layer, name, icon, is active. Oh yeah, there you go. And mono behavior, enabled, yeah. So definitely something to look at too. Okay, okay. Oh, I know, dude. It's another thing I just have to look at in a bit. I'm not gonna look at it now, but it's one of the few things I gotta look at. Alright, so it's starting the server. Either way, whether I start it from Unity or whether I start it from my dedicated server using the server controller game object. So now let's make a client. So that's going to be another scene. That's not how I do it. I'm going to say new scene. Yeah, that's fine. Save as scenes. And this one we'll just name client. For now, what client will do is wait till I make it, fanboy, and then you'll get the client. Patience. young or old one, or youngish one. So what client's gonna have is we're gonna have a new object, and we'll have a client controller. And client controller will have a script. And if I look at the script, patience is not in the dictionary? I don't think so. I think it's totally in the dictionary. Oh, yeah. I guess if you misspell it, it's not in the dictionary. Alright, why am I writing patience? That's not the name of the script. This one's going to be called, so I have server controller, this one's going to be client controller. Alright, client controller. Alright, let's wait a million years for Unity to load, Visual Studio to load. Ding! I have an idea. You would yield return null. Patience. Alright, I definitely did this script before, so it might be this network controller. Yes, client. This thing. So I'm going to steal this steal this code. So we have client is all of this craziness, and I'm going to just control period on here using game client, and yep, we're going to have to make this a field, and then we're going to have to make all these functions, which I should already have. And there we go. And I think I'm doing this. Let's just do this on enable. On enable. And let's grab this. And grab this. Okay, so this is the client controller. So it's going to connect to client, and when I say connect to client, it's just going to connect to 127. Okay. Alright, so what happens if I run my dedicated server? There it is. And then I go here to Unity and hit play. Do we even connect? Do we know? Is there anything happening? Nope, because I didn't even attach a script to it. That might help. Attach a script there, save the scene, and hit play. Oh, okay, here we go. Connected. Telnet server. Oh yeah. That's old code that I need to fix eventually. Disconnected. Great. Client's working pretty good. What I need to do is get the server to send something, do something. So that's what I'm missing. So if I go to my other scene, my server no client, this is gonna have to do something. So what is it gonna do? If I open this back up, and wait a million years, that's why I'm on my phone. Yeah, I'm gonna go to sleep soon. It's close to 1, and I am sleepy. Come on, I don't know what you're doing, but you are totally wasting all my time. Oh, this is server controller. Okay, so we got server controller here, and this is let's look at, I'm gonna stop this server. Let's look at player script because that's where we were doing all the stuff originally. Okay, so on received. Okay, void update. Here we go. This is exactly what I want. Server controller. Right here, void update. Void update. This is what you're going to do on update. You're going to, yes, do some stuff like this, like get a player scripts. Okay. I'm not going to worry about reporting, so let's just delete all of this. Delete that. And delete that. I don't know why this is a debug timer, but I won't ask. So time.delta time, that seems fine. Definitely get the system up in here. Alright, so we don't need this. Private float tick. That's fine. Vector 3 is going to be part of geometry. Tick is not a float, right? It should be an int. My bad. What? Why? Why, Bamboy? Why so angry? Am I doing something wrong? Alright, server equals null, don't do anything, but it shouldn't be. Otherwise, if you reached a certain amount of time, which I forgot what it was, if I look at player script, maybe it'll tell me. 10 milliseconds, or we'll make it kind of long for this one. So debug time or timer? Time. We're gonna put some default values here. Let's say every second, let's do something. Okay, so if I do this and I hit play, yeah. You shouldn't have to do that. You should just say server. Yeah, that's cool. So let's see what's happening. It's creating the name of the server, the size of the name, the tick rate, and update rate. I just put garbage, I guess. So let's just make it still garbage. 1 2 3 1 2 3. Yes, the instance ID is important. Okay, okay. What's a pirate's favorite movie? Rated R. What's a pirate's favorite element? Argon. What's What's a pirate's hardest math subject? Arithmetic. I don't know what I'm doing. Just trying to find words with R. Okay. I think I can redesign my packet, but we're not time to do that right now. So we're gonna do update tick size, instance ID, game object ID, component ID. Yeah, I'll get back to all of that later. But we definitely need to revamp our command packet a little bit. So when I actually send this on sent, what do we do? Private on sent. Yeah, we should say, hey, we're sent that packet. Okay, the other thing I want to do is our player, not our player script, our game object debug. I'm going to, I'll let it be. I think the on update, I want to not do it anymore. But I won't worry about it right now. Nope. What? What's the problem? Oh, darn it. I think we're gonna have to take out geometry and just put everything in Unity 3D, which is okay by me. So all of this probably should just exist in Unity Engine. Okay. How bad did I screw that up by doing what I just did there? I mean, there's definitely going to be errors. Yes, all the physics engine is going to be all very angry at me right now. Your battle train is better than mine. 1v1 versus me. I don't know what you're talking about. But my mind is totally on something else right now. Well, I think I'm totally gonna make this a Unity Engine namespace. Unity Engine namespace. So there's gonna be no geometry namespace, and physics is gonna get around by Yeah, how's physics gonna get around? Alright, well, let's take these guys and vector 3 and go to physics engine and just drop it here. Will that at least help? Okay. It looks like it's helping. Where are you? Physics that engine that rigid body. Did I accidentally create stuff? That's what I'm worried about. Alright, rigid body. Cannot convert from Unity engine and matrix 3x3. I'm screwing things up. Screwing things up, y'all. No, I made my whole own Unity engine. That's what this whole project is right here. Yeah, I know why it's getting confused because of that, right? Alright, I'll think about it. It's kicking my butt. I want everything to be in one project soon enough, though. So all this physics stuff is probably going to be coming down here. So, okay, let's just... 311 errors. Oh, I don't feel like handling that right now. Crap. 2.5 hours. I think I might have to call it quits and fix this stuff tomorrow. Fix my mess up tomorrow. Yeah, I know. Because what I did is I just deleted the geometry class because I really want to use the same scripts for my dedicated server that I do in Unity. But to do that, I need to make sure all my namespaces align. So like everything falls under Unity Engine, and that's where I'm kind of running into some issues right now. Gosh, it'd just be so easy to copy this over. Ooh, I have a better idea. And this is gonna totally bite me in the butt somewhere. Physics. This is gonna bite me in the butt. I'm doing it. Yeah. Oh wait, that's not what I wanted to do. Delete. Alright, dude. Thanks for hanging out. Totally appreciate it. Had a good time, man. I'm about to go anyway, so yeah. Very much appreciated, dude. Alright, I'm gonna hurry up and fix this now, just because I don't want to wait till tomorrow. Take out the warnings. Let's just hit the errors first. Alright, yeah, there's no geometry. And there totally is Unity engine. Take out geometry. Why did I know that was gonna bite me in the butt eventually? That geometry. DLL or whatever I made. You don't know how to get the URL on your clipboard for what? So many files use geometry. I'm gonna say almost everybody used geometry. Yay! Let's do it. Dude, much appreciated. Sayonara. You too, man. Hey, are you streaming anymore? Bam! Fix those errors. Cool. Let me know, man. Totally curious. Check out your progress on your multiplayer first-person shooter. But alright, dude, get back in your creative groove. Let me know. Enjoy your game. Ha ba ba. Alright, so I think I got everything back and working. That's fine. Okay. Man, I forgot what I was doing. Fixing all that vector stuff. Oh yeah, I was working on a client. That's right. So here we go. This is my server. It's doing its thing. Going back here. Going back to the client scene. Hit play. There we go. Full update. Bam. Alright, so the server is sending us some data here. Now we need to translate this data into actual stuff happening here in the scene. So okay. We're not too crazy. We're not too out of the loop here. So this client, yeah, I don't know. What we'll have to do next is look at the data coming in, make sure the objects exist here, and then show them here in the scene. But I will work on that next time when we're going to do some more stuff. Okay, cool. Yeah, I definitely need that visual feedback. So buddy Bamboy here, who's been chatting with me this whole time, told me to do that. So I'm going to do that next time, which is hopefully tomorrow. Peace. Oh, well, before I go, what I always like to do before leaving is go into my working copy, and just writing what I did today. Oh, but you know what? I definitely need to clean up a little bit before I do this. Alright, before I do this, let's go ahead and clean up. So, close everything out. Make sure everyone's happy. Yeah, I'm going to clean up. And so by cleaning up, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go to my documents, to my Unity folder, to my network engine folder. Alright, so my Unity network engine, this is what I did. I deleted a few of these things. What is game controller? I don't even know. I might delete that. Game network is okay. Game test, I might delete. Geometry is gone now. I just got rid of that. Network test, I'm going to delete that. Physics is there. No, physics I just moved to. Test results, don't need it. Unity engine, yep, so everything kind of lives there now. So, alright, let's see how that works. Well, first let me just run the program one more time just to make sure it all works, and then I'll finish the episode here. Alright, here we go. Hitting Control F5. That still seems to work. Excellent. And if I open just example game main, put a breakpoint there and hit play. I just want to make sure the game objects are all there and look okay, and then I'll be happy with it and I'll close it out. Oops, I forgot to hit start. Alright, so if I look at reader, whenever it comes up, yep. I have 2 game objects, right? The server control and the sphere. Look at the sphere, has 4 components. Excellent. And has a transform. Perfect. That's great. I'm happy with that. Oof. It was rough, but it's working. Okay. So I can go now back to the source tree. Start putting all that in here. Yeesh, what happened? Okay, no worries. I'll wait till everything kind of gets in place. Okay, decided to start client and or server in a Unity game object. So good for me there. So that's what this stuff is kind of doing. Consolidated geometry physics engine to Unity engine. And that's it. Take that. And I'm going to commit this here. Alright. And that is it, I think. Alright, everybody. Thanks for sticking around, chilling out. I will talk to you guys perhaps tomorrow.